It's a surreal experience and it's very difficult to explain to someone who's never done it. It's the downtime. It's not the uptime, it's the downtime. It's the time outside of lessons, it's time when you are alone in digs and stuff. And it's a very small majority of people. It's not like a mainstream school. I finished with MSc Sports Exercise Medicine.
And how did you go from that to going into animation and entertainment?
By absolute chance.
And I'd love for you to tell everyone this story.
It's my worst ever experience with an adult customer. It'll never ever leave me. Not the actual experience, the aftermath.
I'm Farah Shammas. Welcome to Hotel Talk. We hope you enjoy listening to this friendly conversation between people connected by real life in hotels. Craig Cowell, welcome to Hotel Talk. So Craig is the founder and owner of Animatrix, which is an entertainment company based here in Cyprus. And he is our entertainment manager here at St. Mafar Resorts and Marina. And he has lots and lots of stories to tell. So I can't wait to have him on this podcast and share some of his knowledge with the rest of you.
Thank you very much for having me here. I really appreciate it.
Oh, we do as well. So Craig, obviously you're British.
Yep. People
can tell from your accent. But tell us a little bit. I want to do a Cilla Black now. Like, what's your name? Where do you come from?
Well. Yeah. So it's Craig Cowell. I'm originally from County Durham, Newcastle. But I lived all over the world. My father was ex-military, so I travelled a lot with the dodgy accent you now hear. It's a little bit all over.
But it's not so strong. I will say your accent is not
as strong as it used to be.
Yeah. Was it stronger when you were younger?
Super strong. But even now, when I talk to my brother at home, it comes back.
It comes back.
Comes back instantaneously. But I try to turn it off when I'm in the hotel, especially around non-English customers.
Yeah, no one will. I mean,
no one understands.
Even myself, I remember once sitting on a train in the UK and someone from Newcastle was opposite me, and I literally spent, and it was a long train journey, like, I don't know, 4 hours, and I was just nodding, and I didn't get half of what they said. I was just going, yeah, and then just like randomly laughing, like, oh, good one, hoping I laughed at the right time, because it's very tough.
Slang words, shortened words, plus also I speak quite quickly. That combined, it's tough. But yeah, I try to tone it down now. So yeah, originally from
where did you travel? Where did you grow up? I mean, where did you go to school? Like,
I went to school predominantly in the UK. Mm-hmm. My father was based all over, from Ireland to Kenya. He was in Bosnia.
And you spent all your holidays visiting him there?
Yeah. Always travelled over this 2-3 months period of time, especially when I was younger, without school wasn't such a main segment. I travelled a lot. But my father was lucky. He got a last post in Ballykelly Island. So it was a very short travel journey. So I used to fly over on a Friday or a Saturday and come back on the Monday.
Oh, wow.
Which was a huge difference.
But you were predominantly at boarding school?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And where did you go to boarding school?
I boarded just outside Manchester. It's closed now. We used to travel backwards and forwards always at the weekends. It wasn't my favourite experience. But
how old were you when you went to boarding
11.
School? Oh, okay. Well, a bit like me, I went at 12.
Yeah, 11.
And for you, was it a boys' school or co-ed?
Boys.
Yeah.
All boys.
Tell us a little bit about boarding school.
Oh, wow. It's a surreal experience and it's very difficult to explain to someone who's never done it. It's the downtime. It's not the uptime, it's the downtime. It's the time outside of lessons, it's time when you are alone in digs and stuff. And it's a very small majority of people. It's not like a mainstream school. I don't think about 9 people in my class.
Oh, it was tiny.
Tiny.
Oh, I think we had 15 or 16, yeah.
My physical education and some of the link courses, we were bigger groups, but my main syllabus is 9-10 people in the class.
And were they all boarding or was some day?
All boarding.
Okay.
None did. Yeah. Predominantly, it wasn't a military-based school, but there was a lot of military there. I think I was the only person from the Northeast, actually.
Okay.
So I remember a lot of people from the South. It just wasn't my
cup of tea.
Not really. I struggled with it a lot.
Yeah.
Especially the younger I was.
Yeah.
Not so much to rebel, just I don't think that
didn't suit you.
I wasn't someone who gained from it. I think it does gain perks, gives them more stability in children. But I don't think my personality matched that. But it was, and I ended up coming out with a brilliant education. And
would you have preferred to have moved around and been with your parents, because it was every 2 years your dad must have been stationed somewhere else?
I think you're too young to to make that decision. And now,
No, but in hindsight, do you think that
hindsight,
would have been better for you?
as me personally, yes, probably.
To be with your parents.
As I am now, maybe it would have been.
Mm-hmm.
But as a educational base, probably not.
Yeah.
Because you made to learn. There wasn't a
choice.
There wasn't a ground. You did learn.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I remember that in boarding school. I remember just having so much homework that we physically didn't have the time to do it. And so, it was lights out and we'd have like torches under the duvet.
Same.
And we'd be told off if we were caught. But on the other hand, we were told off the next day if we hadn't finished everything.
Exactly the same.
And it was, just an insane amount of, you had to.
You had to learn. It wasn't a possibility not to.
It definitely does make you tough.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Resilient.
But I think I did read a stat somewhere that I think if you've been to boarding school, you're 50% more likely to go into depression at some point in your life. And I was like, okay, hopefully I'm not in the 50 then.
Or me.
But it's definitely, it has so many pros.
Definitely.
I have friends that are, they're family for me.
Yeah.
My friends from boarding school. I don't know if you can
I still have, there's guys who I never continue further life down the line, like meeting up personally, I think, but I still meet them and speak to them every 6 months, 9 months, and it's like nothing ever changed.
Yeah.
I'm almost 32 now and nothing's changed. It stays as it was. So I don't know, it builds that, which I don't know if you'd get in a mainstream school.
Yeah. Then where did you go to university after your A-levels? And so you stayed in Manchester area and you went to Manchester. Yeah. And what did you study?
I finished with MSc Sports Exercise Medicine.
I shouldn't even have asked that. Guys, if you're watching this on video, you can see that Craig likes his exercise. He likes his gym.
I do.
And how did you go from that to going into animation and entertainment?
By absolute chance.
I love how life throws these things at us. They tell us about that.
Chance. I was in Athens. I met a guy called Frank Cowell. He was a German ex-Olympic rower. And they were having ex-sports and athletes doing seminars all across Europe. And the idea was that they were doing where you go from after being a professional athlete, what the path is psychologically beneficial, where your career is. And
you were a professional athlete in what?
I boxed to a high standard, yeah. And it was 6 of us traveling around for this seminar. And we actually came to the last stop was Athens. It was a 2-day, it was the same conference duplicated. So we did it and etc. And the man at the end, he approached me, Mr. Papadopoulos, youngish guy at the time, probably.
Wasn't my husband.
No. And maybe he's like, I don't know, maybe he's like late 30s. And he said, oh, lovely to meet you. I'm Yorgos. I actually own a hotel in the mainland of Greece. I'm really interested. Would you like to come to the hotel? We're desperate to bring a different aspect and culture. I said, no, not really. I've got a travel bag.
No.
So I was really like...
in a word?
Well, I didn't know. It was so out of the blue and so random. And I was like, okay. And then, so this kind of progressed over the night. He came and had dinner with him. So the next day I travelled from Athens to Kyllini, which is 4 hours mainland in Patras, mainland Greece. So I went, and at the time it was a full German resort. I didn't speak a word of German. There was no English. There was no nothing. It was just German. It was run by an ex-Robinson philosophy. And he had a astronomical hotel. It was tennis courts, golf course. It had a whole sports and fitness complex there, but not a lot happening. And the Germans were super into at the time, this cycling, all this extreme sports. Just at the time, it was about a big thing of TRX just came in. It was all new, and CrossFit was quite new, and all the Germans were really on this take. So he said, look, okay, this is what we have, and we're really looking for someone to guide us. I don't think I'm the man, Yorgos, to be honest. It was lovely, the thing. And I stayed 2 nights. And he said, look, I'd give you a job tomorrow. Would you like to stay? I said, but doing what? I've never done this job before. I don't know how I can help you. But he was so concentrated on having a different philosophy of someone else to guide them. And had a massive team. They had 20 or 28 or 29 people there. But they just didn't know what they were doing.
29 people in what? In specifically in the sports department?
It was only sports and fitness, which I began with.
He had 29 people just
sports and fitness.
In sports and fitness, like personal trainers, instructors.
They had a huge gym, as big as a commercial gym you'd have outside. Then they had an outdoor sports arena, which was maybe about 20 by 20, set up with lights, spinning discs. It had an underfloor, which had all your Les Mills equipment, all of your bands, concept row machines. Then he had a water sports station. Then he had an outdoor activity centre. And this was all combined in this huge resort. And I thought, you know what? You live once. Why not?
Well, if he's that bothered, then okay.
So this was August.
He believes in me that much. Let's give it a go.
And he was so proactive and sort of thing. And in the end, it was actually his father who owned the hotel, which I found out a little bit down the line. He was the acting general manager. So this was the second week or maybe third week of August, and I ended up staying until the end of November, till they closed down. And I didn't speak a word German, not a single word.
Yeah.
Everyone was German, full German. So yeah, and I restructured it. I brought some different stuff from the UK, and we did everything from scratch. And at the same time, they had a massive entertainment team. They had a huge outdoor amphitheatre, and they did shows every night. Not outside acts, inside acts. The guys stayed on resort in the hotel. They did full daytime, full sports, full kids club, and full shows. And these shows were like huge productions. They had a sound light guy. They had a downstairs technician. They had a theatre technician.
Wow.
This was a real big thing for them.
Pro.
Because where it was on literally on the marina of Kalini, and there's nothing to you. You can't leave. That's where you are. You're on a little dot. And these shows were a huge selling point for them. It was something which they spent thousands and thousands and thousands. And he decided that, so as the season ended, come to the thing, and he called me, I think, in December. I've had a brainwave, Craig. You can come back and just run all of the entertainment and the sports and fitness. Bring anybody you want. We'll continue the recruitment of the entertainment, but we just need someone to run it. So I never seen this. I haven't got the slightest clue. I told him of this yoga. I don't know. Don't worry about it. The previous choreographer's coming back. The previous entertainment manager's coming back. They're going to work under you. I've decided this is how I want it to go. And so I came back in March and I undertook the whole of the hotel. And I did this for 2 years. From that.
That's amazing. But what do you think it was then about you that made him say, this is my guy? This is who I want to lead such a big part of his operation.
He just had an unbelievable trust in me.
That's so nice. What do you think it was? I think it was your way with people. Do you think it's how you speak? Do you think it was a
thing?
Yeah.
I truly think it's when I got to meet him in person after this seminar or whatever, it was just that the fact of speaking with him.
He trusted you.
Yeah. And he was the first vegan person I ever met, full vegan.
Wow.
He transferred, at the time he had 2 young boys, they're 12 and 13 now, and his wife, and they all transferred to vegan. At this period I was there, and I knew nothing about vegan at the time. And then this is how I obviously know so much now, because I spent so much time in yoga. And I was more of a friend than I worked for him.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time with him, a lot of time outside of work with him.
Maybe he needed that. He needed that trust.
Possibly. And then the hotel actually, they sold it to back to Robinson. Robinson came over to take like a 30-year contract on a lease, a bit like what Atlantic could do. And it just wasn't going to be the same again for me. I just knew it wasn't going to be the same again. And at that point, I said, no, it's just not, without him there, because he wasn't going to be there. They never offered him to stay as a general manager. They wanted their whole concept to be changed. It just wasn't for me anymore. And
so you moved on
into Cyprus.
And then you came and worked for...
I took a massive step backwards. I decided to work. It wasn't a decision to work. It was because I wanted to stay in this job and I couldn't find the role I'd done before. It's impossible.
Yeah.
So there's no such role of what I've done before.
I mean, to find a hotel that has that size of operations...
It was not a way. So then I began to look to stay in
for entertainment, for PTs,
to be something similar. Because I didn't know what I was going to do, and then I began.
But how did you choose Cyprus from Greece? I mean, you'd been in Greece, so did you think?
I actually met these people who I previously worked for in Greece.
Okay.
And they were super interested to get me to come to Cyprus, and I actually came over. It was this hotel I came to directly. I came here in the winter. We were still open in the winter period. Must be 6 years ago now. 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
I think it's definitely more than 5.
Maybe 6.
Yeah, at least.
Anyway, I came and I met and I spoke, and I briefly spoke with the general manager who was there at the time. And I came back and I had one season, and then kind of this company, we parted ways, and
and you decided to start your own. And where's the name from? Animatrix.
It was
it's a cool name. But I'm just wondering, do you like the Matrix movie?
I don't even know if I picked it. I think Hannah might have picked it.
Okay, your fiance,
My wife.
Your wife, sorry. You got, yes. Huge congrats. You got married
And
after COVID, wasn't it? Or during?
yeah, we were supposed to get married during COVID.
Yeah.
So slowed down. But that was the other thing. I actually met Hannah at Collini.
Yeah.
That was another.
Wow.
She actually came across as a dancer there, and so I met Hannah.
And you guys obviously both came over to Cyprus. You were both working here.
Yeah.
And I remember I only found out, I think well over a year. I didn't even know that you guys were dating. I just knew you as the head of the team, and she was the head of the choreographers and dancers. And wow, what a dancer she is! She's incredible. Yeah. How nice.
So that was how we got there.
That's amazing. So okay, I've got so many different things that I want to talk to you now, but okay, I'll start with you then bought a property in Cyprus and you ended up in Paphos.
Yeah.
So tell us, I mean, you work in Limassol, I guess you're in the UK everybody's used to these huge distances, but in Cyprus usually that's quite a big deal to drive between towns for work. So how did you end up in Paphos? What do you like about Paphos? Do you find it easy to do the commute every day? Tell us a little bit about that.
I only like the quietness. Mm-hmm. I find Limassol hustly and bustly for me.
Yeah.
Hannah's quite okay with that. I mean, she likes going to London. I hate London.
Yeah.
I hate the concept of being busy. People around me, hectic, I don't like.
Yeah.
And I found a place in Mandria. We live close to the beach. I drive it in 35 minutes to work every morning.
Really?
Yeah. But I'm in Mandria.
Okay.
So I'm literally on the 2 minutes on the motorway.
Yeah.
And I'm here.
Yeah.
I drove this morning. I left the house at 7:35. I was here at 8:05 on a clear morning.
Wow.
It's easy drive.
Goodness, it takes me longer to do the school runs.
Yeah, in traffic.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Backwards and forwards.
Yeah. I think I leave the house at 7, and by the time I'm done with the 3 kids, I get to work at 9. I'm like, no one would believe that I've been up since 6. It's crazy.
But I think it's just that, right? I just don't like the bustle.
Yeah.
And that was the only reason.
Oh, nice. That's nice. Yeah, Paphos is really nice for that. So let's get to the nitty gritty now of hotel stories.
Yep.
What have you learned from working with so many children?
Every child has a different philosophy, a different experience inside them. And you just never know what's coming next.
I'm sure you must see some corkers.
There is some kids I've met, which I'll never forget. Just the kids are so unique. And when they're such a young age, they're like a sponge. And everything they absorb from wherever they're from or their backgrounds, they just project it without any, animosity. It just comes out.
Yeah.
And it's why it makes them so unique, especially in the hotel we have. We have so many children in high season. It's from different parts of the world.
Hundreds. Some days that...
Even now, we're in October, 20...
What are we now, 26? Yeah.
We still have over 100 kids in the hotel. And all different ages, all different ethnicities, all different countries.
And what does that teach you? What do you take from that every day?
To be fluid. You have to expect that every children's different on a whole.
And their needs are different.
Yeah, and they have different wants. And this is where the difficulty comes in this job. Even on the thing, building a program to suit everyone is impossible. But building a program which is suitable for everyone is possible. And it's finding that middle ground so that you can look after smaller ones against the bigger ones. And the boys at that age, Yasmin's age, is tough they're a little bit older. And, they're a little bit more hustly and bustly, and the girls don't want this. And it's fine that they keep this harmony inside the place, especially a hotel. You want the place to be friendly and an environment to be friendly for the kids. And that's the toughest part, is keeping them all in harmony. But children, you'll find that, they'll adapt so quick, and they are so unsolicited. They just tell you whatever they think. It's brilliant. Every day.
The honesty.
It's
so
uncensored.
Cute. Have anything that comes to mind? Any funny ones?
What should I have? So we had a little boy, maybe about 5 or 6, and he was super helpful, really, really helpful little boy. He was English, glasses on. He reminded me of Stuart Little. This is all I remember from the Stuart Little films. Cute, super cute. And he was always wanting to do things, and he always wants to help the teacher. So all the girls inside, he always wants to help them. So we have inside the smaller kids club, Toucan inside. We're quite close to Renount Eden Gardens. And we don't have an inside, there's no inside toilets. We go across the pathway to go to the toilets. So we keep the door open, and this little boy wanted to go to the toilet. So he's being his back, and they're coming and going. At the time, we're doing I can't remember the activity. And I'm actually in the hotel at the same time. So there's 4 little boys, 4 little girls. They're doing an activity which is split. So he decides he wants to get everyone water. He's a healthy little boy, and he wants to get water. So he's getting little cups, and he takes them to the water machine, and lo and behold, the water machine's run out of water, the actual dispenser. So no one sees attention. He's still getting water. He comes back. Anyway, he's getting 3, 4, 5 waters, but the dispenser's gone. So no one pays attention at the time. We haven't seen what's going on. 2 or 3 minutes later, he's back with water. So then he's come back with 2 new cups of water, which there was no dispenser left. I obviously don't know, but the girls just realised. And he was called Elliot. He said, Elliot, where's the water from? I got it. We listened to, I found it. He said, where did you get the water from? Oh, from the bathroom. Oh, so she says, well, how have you got in the bathroom? You can't reach the sink. He took it from the toilet. And the kids were nearly drinking it.
Oh my goodness.
He gave it to his 2 little friends.
Oh my goodness.
And he said, Elliot, did you take the water from the toilet? He says, yes, the water from the toilet. I couldn't reach the sink.
Oh, bless him.
And he gave it, and the kids were about to drink the toilet water.
Oh my goodness.
Just that he wanted to be helpful. He didn't want to just want to be helpful and collect the water.
Oh, bless him. And thank goodness
they're almost having toilet water.
Yeah, thank goodness everybody realised. Oh my goodness. The kids are they're hilarious. We have so many happy and joyful stories like that in any hotel and in hotel life. But obviously we have others which are quite shocking and where we wonder, how some people even became parents or how they're,
100%.
One that really, always stays will never leave my mind. It's just such a shocking experience. And you were such a part of that. You were literally a lifesaver, was when we had a little boy who nearly drowned. And I'd love for you to tell everyone this story.
It's my worst ever experience with an adult customer. It'll never, ever leave me. Not the actual experience, the aftermath.
Yeah.
It was high season. I don't remember the year. Maybe 4 years ago, 3 years ago.
No, I think, definitely 4.
Pre-COVID.
Not 3, 4.
And at this time we had, in the amphitheatre, we used to do a UV light show. It was a show, we blacked all the lights and we set up some special lighting consoles and a projector system with a screen. And it was a big setup. I used to come on this day, it was always a Wednesday, and I used to make the setup with 2 of the guys who do technician work. On this one day, the 2 guys had already set lighting console, and I'm on my way setting up the downstairs, the splash. So for people who don't know, we have a downside swimming pool, and this amphitheatre is probably about, 20 metres from the pool?
Yeah, about 20 metres, yeah.
This is 7 o'clock at night. We're still light, but it's a time when the hotel, this area is dead. No one's there. It's main lunchtime, dinner time.
Yeah, everyone's getting ready to go for dinner. Yeah.
Pools are closed.
Yeah, entertainment hasn't started.
No one is at this area.
Yeah.
So no one is there at the time, and I'm on setting the equipment up. And I'm probably 20 metres away, back away from the pools. And I am setting up. And I don't see nothing, I don't hear nothing. And then there's a splash. And for some reason I turn, and as I turn, there's nothing there. But there's the water. And I'm quite a distance away. So I've got a hold of a projector, I put it down. As I turn, I'm walking towards the water. Of the side of the swimming pool, we have like a kidney-shaped, let's say, swimming pool. And as I look down, there's something on the bottom. It's the boy. So I jumped off the side.
And did you walked back because you had the splash, or did you finish up? I think, didn't you finish up?
It was the thing where I was messing around with things, and I did hear a splash, and I thought, and it didn't really register.
Yeah, because that's what I remember. You actually just finished up doing what you,
well, I was
because you didn't know something had happened, and the water was calm.
Well, that's when I first looked over, there was no ripples of water or something, and it didn't obviously at the time, you're not looking for someone in the water.
No.
There's not you're just wondering. And I did, and for some reason, I put the projector down and I walked towards the side of the pool. And then as I noticed, on the bottom of the pool, there was something. It's a little boy, face down. So I dived in, I got him out, but he wasn't breathing, so I got him on the side. And
he was blue, wasn't he, as well?
His lips, I'll never, with the colour of my phone screen. He was deathly white and he wasn't breathing. I got him on the side, tried to get his tongue out, and then I CPR'd him and he come round. But he was, maybe 2 or 3. Very small, didn't talk, and he was in utter shock. So I had him picked up, I grabbed him, And personally, and now I don't know where to go. I'm on the spot. I've got to get him up somewhere. I've got to get him somewhere. He's okay, but I've got to get him somewhere. So I get him, and I'm just about to run to the reception. It's down a long corridor and up some stairs. And as I go this way, a lady comes strolling out from we have on the right-hand side, we have some gardens with some high fences. She comes strolling past, and she's shouting towards me, and obviously I don't pay no attention because I think she's shouting of whatever. She's only, she's shouting as nothing, and I'm going the other direction. At this time, a guy's coming this way. So the guy, no, stop. I says, yes, my son. I says, your son? I said, we have to go now. If your son, we're going to the hospital now. Let's go. No, what's happened? I says, he's in the bottom of the swimming pool, sir. Let's go. And I'm still going. And he's grabbed me by the shirt. I says, get off the shirt. We are going up to reception. We need to get an ambulance. Let's go. No. What's the problem? What's happened? I says, your son has been in the bottom of the swimming pool, sir. At the bottom. I said, I've given him CPR. He needs to go to hospital. No. And he snatched the child out of my arms. The baby begins to cry. The mum comes. Slow motion. So I'm literally I'm soaking wet. I'm flabbergasted. I said, we have to go upstairs now to get an ambulance. No. It's okay. What happened? I says, I've explained to you. He's on the bottom of the swimming pool. I've had to do CPR. I mean, I'm also not a small guy. I'm heavy-handed. I could have damaged something. We have to take him now. Let's go. No. Don't be silly. It's okay. He does this all the time. I said, what? Fall in the swimming pool?
And nearly die.
I says, what do you mean all of the time? Now my head is gone. I don't know what's going on. I'm so angry. Yeah. And I'm in shock. I think I'm shaking with temper, I think. I said, this is not right. You have to go now. I said, I'm going now to get the general manager. No, we're okay. We take him to the room. As I turn around, they've gone. So I go to the reception. I get the general manager. We can't find them. We don't know where they've gone. She never took the boy to the hospital. The next day.
And he could have had secondary drowning. There's so many things.
In the lungs, he could have absorbed it. Also, I'm pushing on his chest as much as I'm trying to be soft.
Yeah.
Maybe 2, and I'm maybe 100 kilo. You're in an adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
Anything could happen. I could have cracked a rib. So the next day, I can't find them. I don't know the room number. Obviously, I don't know the names. I get all the paperwork out the kids' club to find if I can find them, but how am I going to find it by a name? We can't find them. We search, me and the general manager at the time, 2-3 hours. We go room by room. We don't want to disturb. We don't find them. To this day, they never took the baby to the hospital. The next day that the general manager met with them, they told him to go away. They told him it was their child and to more or less leave them alone.
And they never even said thank you.
Nothing.
I remember at the time, it was a while ago, the phones weren't waterproof and your phone had, was a ruin, or your clothes, everything. You were there, you were soaking. They never said, oh, thank you. They weren't in shock. And I think, if I remember correctly, some of the staff saw the mum had been close to the flowers doing selfies. Doing selfies. Yeah.
Doing a photo shoot in the
and
flowers.
she wasn't even running towards you. She was like slow motion, you said.
Literally, the time I'd ran towards the lift, met this man, the dad, still was in the centre of the corridor. And she didn't arrive till he'd taken the boy from me. We'd had an argument, and she still arrived. And then she just, no, it's fine.
It's disgusting.
And I've never had a worse experience in my life.
Actually, it makes me want to cry, really, because it's just so... You think there's so many people out there who would just love to have a child to love, and they can't. Yeah. And then there's, people like this who are...
2. He was 2. He was barely a walker,
a toddler, proper toddler.
2. And I'll never ever forget this. It'll never leave me as long as I live.
Yeah.
It'll never leave me. The experience afterwards, I know mistakes can happen. Babies can slip in, you've turned around for a second. Children act fast. This wasn't that. This was total neglect, and
it's insane. And we can go into so many reasons, but we'd just be projecting why people would be like that. Let's try and end this podcast on a happier note. Talk about, how much joy we give to people that come to the hotel, and how it's so nice to see happy families and families that don't necessarily get the time to spend together, and then they come and they can really relax and have that time together and watch the shows, or the kids can go to the kids club and the mummy and daddy can go and have a spa treatment and then come back. And this
is what it makes worthwhile for me.
Yeah. Tell us a bit about the feedback you get from the parents and what they say.
I think the biggest thing we ever did correctly was this ability to let the parents have their own time. as much as they come on holiday as families, and we do a lot of family-orientated things. Previously, I think myself a little bit as well, I orientated too much on family things and having the parents always involved and not having the ability to be separate for a little bit of time. And the children to be separated in groups.
Yeah.
You know, now we take them for privatized children meals where the parents can go for their own dinner. We take all the kids together. And it's something which...
And they have fun and they feel independent.
It's like it's something, you know, they've met friends on holiday and they're 7, 8, 9, you know, they're from different parts of the country. And they're now brand new friends and they're into whatever the same things. And we take them all for dinner together and they're all dressed up, you know, they've got their brand new trainers on and they're chit-chatting. And the parents get this, maybe an hour, but that hour could be, they've never had that for I don't know how long.
Yeah.
And it's such a big thing. And then that we do bring them together, you know, we really try to work on family nights, orientated by beach parties, things where we can really get them together as families. And these are the most successful nights, especially in the high season, especially in the holiday time, when we do have a lot of children. We do. I mean, sometimes 200, 250 children we have. But the ability to bring them all together as a family and orientate them together, this is where for me personally, there's most joy that comes from it. It's great to see kids happy. We see them happy all the time. We get the parents happy. But when they come together on an evening and combined, and especially with people they've never met before, families they would never speak to normally from different cultures, different job types. This is what makes my job worth doing.
And when we see the letters that come in, the handwritten notes when they leave, just saying thank you. Like, we've had such a great time.
Children crying when they go home, you know, because they've missed the girls, and when they don't want to leave, you know, leaving a little message in the kids club. This is, you know, I pick up
makes it
comments
worthwhile.
from TripAdvisor, you know, and they say that a lot of times, especially young couples, we get, don't want to do entertainment, you know, not really my thing. And by the time they're in every activity, I think we had one 2 days ago on TripAdvisor. I've never done this before, but the guys that got us involved, and at the end, my partner would not stop going every activity.
Yeah.
This is, you know, because we've got interested people.
I love it. The pool quizzes as well. Like,
to get them involved.
Guess the logos.
I like
the Disney characters. Yeah. I love it. Right. Final question is from the team. Let's hope you don't pick your own question. Sure. So anyone who's listening to this podcast, let me see. I'll read it to you. For the first time, these are questions that the team puts together. And then each guest pulls out a random one from, not a hat, a crystal bowl, because we do things luxury, fancy style at St. Raphael. Oh, okay. What is your horoscope? Do you believe in horoscopes? And what characteristic do you have that is most attributed to your horoscope? I love it.
I don't even know.
So let's start with, what is your horoscope?
I don't even know.
When's your birthday?
February the 9th.
Aquarius. Yeah, you're not Pisces. Yeah, Aquarius. Okay, so obviously you don't believe in horoscopes, if you're wondering.
Not a second.
Oh, no, not a second.
No.
So do you know anything about then?
No.
Aquarius?
Nope.
I think, I don't know, on Aquarius, I don't have a good sense of humor, maybe. Maybe that's something we can attribute. Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, there we go. So that's, oh my goodness, someone else could have got this gone right.
This is not my
wheelhouse. And literally gone on for 15 minutes about that.
This is not my wheelhouse.
You're like, bothered. Okay, anyway, interesting. So yeah, I'm trying to think of Aquarius. I think Aquarius are few friends, like good friends, very social but good friends. Like they keep their good friends very close to them.
Yeah.
What else about Aquarius? I always get Aquarius and Pisces confused. You a bit more introverted than extroverted? There we go. Okay, so let's go with that then. Right, Craig, thank you so much for being on this podcast and sharing so much with us. And I'll see you in 5 minutes back in the office.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.